en la ciencia.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Alright, yeah. Testing, 2. Is it going?
Salud. Oh, we're gonna do the shots.
Yeah.
Alright, let's do these shots.
Sorry about that. That doesn't have a long reach.
Alright, guys.
Salud.
Para adentro, salud. Oof, mine's big. That's what she said.
Alright.
Welcome, guys, to Pita. Who knows what's the number? We're here today with Chris, local comic, triathlete,
Yep.
all kind of stuff. Well, we're gonna get into it.
We do,
What's
Where
going
we
on,
begin?
Dano?
Nothing. Let's just, let's start. Chris, tell us your story, what happened, you know, everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, well, okay. I'll just say this, like, so people know about Chris a little bit. I listened to your Uncle Scotchy's last night. That was really nice. I know at the end, like, Eric was, like, emotional. But I was listening to it, and it was, like, I felt, like, inspired. I was like, oh, shit, like, I need to go work out, like, right now. I was about to go to bed, and I put the gloves on, I went to the garage, and just started fucking boxing. I was like, dude, I can't believe this did a triathlon. Like, you swam the mile from the island. So I thought that was cool, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I never thought I was going to be doing marathons and doing pretty much everything that I'm doing now. And I really appreciate you listening to the story, because I kind of wanted to say like a funny story to him, but I was thinking, I was like, you know what, real stories, I'm going to hit him with something. And my goal was to make everybody in that room like cry, and that's what I did, but in a positive way as well. So, I mean, and you guys did the room as well. It's one of my favorite events. So that's a couple things that I do, and meeting you guys as well is super dope.
Yeah. Yo, I love this dude, yo, like, he makes me feel, like, so good about, like, myself every time I talk to him, for real.
Yeah, it's like positive, all the time positive.
I'm a terrible person, so I didn't hear the Uncle Scotchy's, but
I think he would have cried in Italian, bro. He would.
No. I have glass eyes, let me tell you.
But I like what you did, because I'm sure it's like you were saying, like every time somebody sees you, like the first thing they pop up, like those two questions, and you address them, but it wasn't like, you know, just like to answer. It was like you told the whole story and like what went behind it. And that's cool, man, how like your family used to come and help you do the exercise.
Yeah, I mean, my family definitely's always been there for me. And they're one reason why I keep on pushing forward, siempre pa'lante, like the motto that I go with. And one thing that I love about it as well is that I'm so used to strangers looking at me, staring at me for hours, and just like looking at me like, oh man, I want to ask. And I know they want to ask me something. It's so uncomfortable. It goes everywhere. Like any type of person, they will just want to come up and they're going to be like, hey, could I ask what happened to you? Are you a police officer, an army vet? You know, and a lot of people want to know, and it's because they probably have a loved one or somebody that they know, and they want to help out. And I'm down to help out, but sometimes you get some weird questions. And I like to tell stories so that people can listen and then just go from there.
Well,
I was about to ask you, like, what was a weird question? Like,
weird questions, and like,
I guess it is like people. What question people ask you?
There's so many. The common one is always like, hey, you know, what happened to you? Does it work? They got myths. It's like I'm a myth buster. I'm a true myth buster, and a lot of people think like it goes from the little kids all the way to the adults. Like the other day, I was in my daughter's school, and some little kids saw me, you know, in my chair, and little kids freak out when they see the chair. They're like, "Man, this is pretty cool. Look at this guy just gliding in this little future chair here. Like I want one." Little kid comes up to me. He's like, how do you sleep on that? And I'm like, how do you sleep in bed? And I'm like, oh, you know, I just jump in the bed and throw my covers on. And then with the chicks always ask you that question. Especially, I mean, I don't want to be too conceited, but I'm kind of handsome.
Oh, that you must get so much pussy.
It used to. Now it's just got one.
Oh, you're retiring? Damn, I would have used that chair for fucking.
It's funny because there's a lot of places that I go to, and a lot of my boys will want to take me to those places because they know, that it's sort of like an aura and it brings people, so they enjoy it. I can't go to strip clubs anymore, but I was like a strip club whisperer at one time.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
Why
like
you can't go no more?
Because I'm committed to my girl for sure, and she's not about that Miami stripper life. But yeah, every time I used to go, everybody like the strippers would talk to me, hey, what happened to you? And I found out it was like almost a game. Like the better story that I told them, it was the more lap dances I get for free or drinks.
Yeah, I bet it's like it's like a coupon.
I probably got dapped up like 100 times. When people see me in the strip club having a great time, bro, just swinging by, like I'm in getting like they're on my lap and I'm just swinging by, going through the whole hall of the strip club, and everybody's like, yo, this guy's having a great time. Yeah. What the fuck am I doing?
I heard you say something about how like you ran into girls that it was like their fetish or something.
Yeah, that was super weird. Flanagan's. You guys been to Flanagan's?
The restaurant?
Yeah, the restaurant. I mean, everything happens in Flanagan's, and then the deeper you go south,
everything happens in
Flanagan's. Flanagan's, yeah. I gotta be like, there's a rule. The more there's a bunch of Flanagan's down all over South Florida. The more higher it is, it's not that loose. But the ones in Miami, like by Kendall, like Hialeah, those are the great spots. And like Flanagan's, you always got those weirdos, like Miami weirdos. And that's why I love going there, and the wings. But yeah, she came up and another one stared at me for an hour. And she's like, after the Heat game, she's like, hey, I noticed you're having a great time with your friends. You're smiling. You got a beautiful smile. Can you do me a favor? I'm like, what? I thought it was, let's drink some shots. And she's like, no, can we go back to my apartment and I want to get naked and give me rides in my condo. I was like,
give me rides.
Yeah, she wanted to give me rides, and you know what? I'll be honest with you. I took it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's on camera. Yeah.
That's when I was single, man. But I had to eat, bro. I was getting back into the game, because there was a time that I was out. I was on the bench. But that's when I came back and I said, yo, this is like...
Fuck that, huh?
Yeah. This is like a parade. They just gave me the parade. I give it to me, a layup. So I had to take it.
Oh, God. Wait, so you would give her rides around her apartment and she's sitting on your lap? And that was like her fantasy? That
was her thing. And like she would like play with my muscles and the beard and everything, and they always say, you're so handsome. The beard. You're so handsome to be in the chair.
Wow.
They're like, you're so handsome to be in the chair. And that's another misconception. It's like, oh, so ugly motherfuckers are in chairs and shit like that. But you just gotta break barriers. But that's one thing. And there's a lot
that thing is a pussy fucking magnet, I bet you.
That's the Hummer from Borat.
Yeah.
Pussy magnet.
And my boys always tell me, like, how do you do it? I'm like, man, I just am myself. I just got to be myself now, and I got to take with the situation that I'm at. To me, like, you got to take advantage of, from my perspective, is my second chance at life. So now it's like I got nothing to lose. I beat death. So, like, I'm not scared to really put myself out there anymore, and people love that confidence, and that's what it's all about. I never had that before. After the injury, I had to, like, gain it. I had to be believing in myself and make sure that my family was always there and I never let them down. So once I started getting more confidence, like, people saw that. They saw it, and they're like, oh, my God, there's something about you, and that's what I love about it. It's a good comeback story, and this is where I'm at right now.
Hell yeah. Did you used to swim before, or you started doing that?
It's funny that you asked that, Alan, because the first activity that I did out of Jackson Memorial after my injury was swimming. And that's something that my dad got me into. He didn't even tell me that he signed up. It was just like when he signed me up for soccer, Dono. I'm Puerto Rican and my dad's Cuban. We don't play soccer, bro. We don't play soccer. We're boxing, basketball, volleyball.
Basketball,
Yeah, we're good at those sports, but we don't mess with soccer. Our team is like 182 in FIFA. We suck. And Cuba is like even worse.
Oh, no. Cuba.
But yeah, so my dad put me in soccer, and he never told me about it, and he forced me in there, and I loved it. Same thing with the swimming. He's like, hey, Chrissy, I signed you up for some swim classes, and we're going to go out there. It's on Bird Road on 40th. And I was like, man, and it was like around probably around February, so it was winter time. I was like, man, I don't want to go in that cold ass water, bro. You know, like that shit's gonna like fuck me up. But something told me just to do it, and I did it. And I met, like, to me, I call her Auntie Belinda. She used to be, she was in the Olympics, Jamaican swimmer.
She was the teacher?
Yeah.
Oh,
She was
shit.
in Munich, and she swam for Jamaica. And she was in that hotel. What happened was something happened in the world, what was it? Not World Cup, it was Olympics. That they had the hostage of Israel at the Olympics.
Oh, in
and
Munich.
it's in Munich. Yeah, she was in the hotel when that happened. So she was like an aunt, and she told me, hey, you got to swim. We're going to get you back to work. She's like, you're going to sink or you're going to float. She's like, are you ready? And that time I had like a Roman vest on because I couldn't bend my back for like 6 months at a certain point. So I had like a cast on me from my stomach all the way to my chest. So she's like, all right, we're going to throw you in the water and we're going to see what's going to happen to you. Like a bob, you
like
know?
a baby.
So my dad helped me out and they threw me in the water and bam, I just sunk. But as soon as I sunk, like, it just came naturally, bro. I'm a swimmer. I love swimming. Being in Miami, I lived in Salt Life, swimming and doing a bunch of things. So I had the advantage, and that was the first activity that started to give me that confidence. And then also it got me to thinking, hey, if I am doing swimming, what can I do next? The next thing I did was hand cycling. Then hand cycling, you know, I met another great person there, and then it's the marathons.
In the hand cycling, is it like a chair that you do it with the cycle?
Yeah, it's a special chair, and they're like about 10, 12K. Like, honestly, everything,
Whoa.
like for us disabled, everything's expensive. Like, it's a real good, they come up, yeah. So my chair is about 8,000. This is a piece of shit. Like, this looks like a beat up Cadillac. But
This is 8K?
that's 8K.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see.
You see, it's just 8K. I wish like Biden could sign like an executive order to get me a new chair and shit.
This chair is 8K.
8K, man. Yep.
Does the like?
Guess what? I mean, I don't have to pay out of pocket, but my insurance does.
Oh.
But that's how they just come up. But
Yo, you gotta look on OfferUp.
they got so many little baby wheelchairs. I'm looking all tight.
So they put like two
You
motorcycle
gotta look
wheels.
on Let Go and OfferUp.
Yeah, so the hand cycling, that's something that the city of Miami had, and it was free.
Okay.
So I used to go there every like second and fourth Tuesday. I would go to Curtis Park, and these are locations that like in downtown Miami, in the heart of Miami. And I was just doing laps and started picking up from there. I met the Nirvana Project. They're the ones that got me involved into the marathons. And my first race was a 5K, and I was supposed to do 5K. I ended up doing a half a marathon by mistake.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
I finished it.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know, like I was, like they say in like the Cuban slang, I was comiendo mierda. I was following one person, and then I kept on following this group. And there was one route to go to the 5K, another route to go to the half marathon, and I went to the half marathon. And then I started looking, and I was like, okay, I started on 10th Street in South Beach. I started to get like around 30th and stuff. And I passed by a famous McDonald's, a strip club in the beach. So I'm getting there, and I'm looking at the streets.
There.
No!
They know me here.
What was super dope about that place is that they always had like a featured girl in the front, and they had like a king throne, like a chair, and there will always be a live stripper there, and that's how their promotion was in the beach, in South Beach. And you know, unfortunately, she wasn't there at 6 o'clock in the morning. They were just shutting it down already. But I went through there, then I started getting by like 30th Street, and that's when I saw the bridges, and I'm like, oh man, you know, I think I went the wrong way. Like, this is past 5K. And
did
everybody's like, go ahead.
Did you know it was 2 events?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't. I thought it was just a 5K. I was so stoked about it that I didn't really notice that it was a half marathon as well.
But it's not like you could like turn around either and like
And go back.
Because they closed off roads and shit. You can't call like really Uber either.
I mean, honestly, Daniel, you know what I thought about it? I was like, man, I can't turn back. I can't be a bitch, bro. I gotta finish it. Because the thing is that what helped me in that race was that every time I was just going and going, there was people passing by me and like just giving me props, like, hey, come on, you can do it. And then also, what I loved about it was passing everybody, and like that made them be like, oh shit, this guy just passed me, like I gotta step up my game. So it's like I carried the marathon when I was going. Yeah, and when I got to the bridge, that was pretty hard. I got to 36, crossed the bridge, went flying down the bridge, going like about 35 miles per hour.
There's not like a brake or something.
I got brakes. I had gloves on, but the thing is that
The brakes are just your hands. You're just
people from Miami, like the locals know that those bridges by the beach, there's always things that people dump there.
Oh,
You know, like you just see, you just know rocks and personal stuff, beer bottles, everything. You just don't know. So I'm flying down like 35 miles per hour, going down this bridge. And I'm like avoiding potholes, bottles. If I would have hit one of those, it would have been GTA wasted. And I would have just fucking landed all the way down, slide to the fucking bottom of the bridge. So I passed that, and then I got to Wynwood, and I was like, wow, I'm in Wynwood. And then that's where it happened. In Wynwood, it's so crappy roads that I hit like some bumps, and it just gave me a flat. It just gave me a flat. And luckily, I don't know where this guy came from. There's a Cuban dude there's always like a Cuban dude that always helps you with something. Like they're really top engineering. Like they know how to make something out of nothing, right?
Yeah.
So like this guy came out of nowhere. He's like, people, papi, yo te tengo. He's like, papa. He just came out like a piece of paper, folded it, and he put it right there. Put a little bit of air, and he's like, "I got you." And then I finished the race. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, God is amazing, bro. It puts you in.
Un pedacito de aire, un papel.
Oye, people, ¿qué te pasa? I was like, no, tú sabes. He's like, oh, I got you. And then I went through Wynwood, got to downtown. I saw the Frost Museum, and then I saw American Airlines right there. And I kept on going, man. Everybody just kept on giving me water and just like cheering me on. And little did I know, when all this was going on, my girl and the people that signed me up for the race, they're trying to look for me, bro. There's a search party. There's a search party because they think like, my girl's like, okay, why is everybody that started the race is already here? Where's my man at? And she didn't know that I did the half marathon. So then they're like, oh, we can't find them. And she thought that I was like maybe like by Star Island floating somewhere like dead on the chair, So they put it like a search party, and they searched for me, and like 3 miles left in the race, I saw this like really good in shape old man, and he ran. He's like, Christian, you Christian? I'm like, yeah. He's like, they sent me to help you out. I'm like, what happened? I was like, 3 miles. He's like, yeah. You want me to push you? I'm like, no, just spot me, just in case if I run out of gas, So we did the last 3 miles, super cool dude, and that was the first half marathon I did. And I blew my arms out. Like I felt like a champion, but then after that, like I was noodle arms for like 2 weeks.
Oh shit. Fuck.
It's sort of like a feeling, because like boxing is what? After a fighter has a fight, they got nothing, bro. They got nothing, or like a overtime game in soccer. You got nothing left in the tank,
Everything you got.
Exactly. And then after that, then you just rest, charge the battery. But once you hit that bed, I was done. But I did it. That's the main thing. And I never knew I was able to do it.
Does that like shred your arms like after it's like super tone?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. What helped me, Alan, was the hand cycling. The hand cycling got me ready for the race. And I had that mentality of like, hey, I'm going to train hard for this. I got this. And as well, it turned out that I was just training for the 5K and I ended up doing 10 miles more. So like that's amazing. Like that's just the will that I had. And a lot of people were inspired that. A lot of people saw me do the race, and I went to go talk to their schools, and they invited me, and I said, this is pretty cool. This inspires people, and that's the main thing. Like, never count yourself out.
For real, man.
How about you guys? I remember the first time I met you guys in the comedy scene. I met you guys, I believe, at Black Flamingo.
I think I had seen you one time at Red Bar, but like it was like in and out, and then I recognized you at Black Flamingo. Yeah. Yeah, you guys stay with it. You guys how long been in comedy?
Shit, not even that long.
No, only like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like I know him since high school.
Yeah.
So actually, the first day of high school, first class ever.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to like Arab school.
Our high school was like
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
Our school was like a joke.
Well, what was the school? What was the name
It was
of the school?
basically a business. Like, it was a business model, like, that basically if you pay the tuition, which was ridiculous. Like, this was a fake school.
We never had the opportunity. Like, I was in a part of the school because I grew up in Miami Gardens. I mean, I always call it Carroll City. That's the area that I grew up in. And I remember, like, in elementary school, our principal, every single day would always advise us. He would always say in the last 5 minutes of every school day, he would be like, ladies and gentlemen, there will be no fighting in the park, no fighting in the parking lot, no fighting in the buses, no fighting in the ice cream truck, because every day there was just fights every day. And it was like, the guy, it didn't feel like a prison, but it was something that we all knew. We were little kids, but everybody was fighting back in the day, and it was bad. And you had to survive, man. You had to be tough. Like, honestly, you had to be tough, yeah.
Were you fighting?
Elementary school, I did. I had to defend myself. I was one of those that if you ever talked about my mama, bro, if you gave me like a mama joke, like that would just set me off.
No, see, like, so people really didn't cross lines like that.
Because I love my mom, man. So when you say something like that, like, I take it personal. You know?
People, see, like, obviously you'd have to fight, but, like, we didn't really have that at our school. No one really crossed lines like that.
I used to love your mama jokes.
Oh,
like,
yeah, like your mom was
I was
so
coming
fat.
from like a different place, right? Where like making jokes and stuff, like everybody knew each other.
Yeah, like your mom was so fat, even though the kid's
If
mom
you're
is
my
skinny,
boy, yeah,
you know what
if you're
I
my
mean?
boy,
Like,
you can make mama jokes. But the thing is that I will never say your mama joke. I just wasn't that guy, bro. Like, you know, I just don't want to diss somebody's mom because maybe she's a great woman.
Well, so like the school we went to was like a lot of Venezuelans.
Chamos.
And I didn't know that they're like a lot more like proper.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And me, but like yeah.
I got a bunch of friends from Venezuela, chamos, and you know, like, they're hardworking people. One thing is that each of them have a different story. When they come from Venezuela, there's a reason why they came here, and honestly, I feel as though
those are real, but these were Venezuelans in Weston, bro. Like, these are
Weston is like little Caracas and little Colombia, because Weston there's a lot of Colombians in Venezuela. I don't know how that happens, and that's why I was gonna say that. I feel as though, like, if you're born Venezuelan, it's like almost like the Native Americans here that get paid $1 million. Like, I always feel like all Venezuelans got like money, bro. Like, they all got
in
money.
Weston, yo, though, I'm telling you, I knew, like, at my old job, yo, there was these Venezuelans, yo, but they weren't like rich. Like, they had actually like escaped, like, yo, and they were broke as fuck. They weren't like the Venezuelans
people
in Weston.
ransom,
Those wouldn't be rich as
kidnapping.
fuck. Those were the kids cheating on tests, yo.
Well, I tried to tell those guys your mama jokes one time, and everybody's having a good time, and they all just like froze and they stared at me. They're like, "No, de la mamá no se habla." And like they got so serious, I was like, "Oh God."
My favorite part was like, bro, they were Venezuelans that none of them wanted to be Venezuelan. Like, so where you from? Italia. Where were you born? Caracas. Like, okay, bro. Like, where you from? España. Where were you born? Maracaibo. Like, okay, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm Puerto Rican and I'm like, yeah, yo soy español de la historia. like, please, bro.
Yeah, I was just like,
Yo, I mean, Daniel, you're Italian, so you know what I wanted to ask you is that in Italy, it's more modern. Like, now it's up to the are there still old people there and they respect like the culture?
of course, yo.
And like, but has it changed for the youth there? Is there a lot of things to do out
I feel
there?
like people are just more respect. Well, there's a country that's mostly like, yeah, there's one of the oldest populations in the world. So people, for the most part, young people, in comparison to here, they do know how to be more
Proper out there.
respectful.
Yeah, respectful. Yeah.
Like, you see kids. Yeah, I don't want to sound old because I'm not. I don't think I'm old. But yo, you see kids these days. Fuck, bro. Like, yo, disrespecting teachers, disrespecting their parents in public, yo, disrespecting
I can't
adults.
stand that.
Yeah, I see that shit like all the time. Especially, yo, I live in Pembroke Pines. You live in
Yeah, I
Pembroke
live in
Pines
Pines,
too?
yep.
Well, I live in Miramar, but I go to Publix in Pembroke Pines. That's just some crazy shit over there. That fucking Publix, fucking what's it called? Pines and Palm. Yo, that shopping center there, yo.
Pines and Palm, yeah.
You know that,
yeah,
yo?
Exactly.
I seen the fucking fat woman
Shout out
beat
to
her
the chicken
kids,
tender
yo.
subs, fire.
Bro, I seen fucking, yo, some dude coming with a whole cart, and then what's it called? Have like, all right, ring the total and be like, all right, we have to take this out. We have to take that out. I'm telling you, yo, I've seen some crazy shit.
That's not even crazy.
I don't even bother. Like, you just gotta like give people space sometimes. Like, you gotta understand that sometimes you don't need to put your input in, because then out of nowhere you're on World Star or some crazy shit,
Yeah,
and you're just trying to help somebody out, you know. And I think it's just like everything that you learn from your parents or people that were your peers, just like you learn from that and you pass it down. Like my Cuban grandparents, they taught me like everything. Open the door for elderly, help them out, things like that.
Yo, that's one thing I know. Is like if you look at like immigrant kids, or like kids of immigrants, they know how to behave in public, bro. There's this fucking like, you ever see these fucking videos of like people just arguing at McDonald's? Like, it's all the same shit anyways. If you argue over pickles when you ask for no pickles, you just take the like, just people that scream. Like, listen, I've never yelled at a drive-thru. I've never yelled at a fast food chain, even if they have fucked up. Like, I've never gotten to that. Like, I feel like it's so trashy to get in a fight over like little things. But there's people that just don't understand how to behave today. You know?
I mean, I had a girlfriend that she hated having pickles on her sandwiches because she's like, I hate the pickle juice. And I'm like, just take out the pickle. She's like, I don't care, it still got the pickle juice. And I'm like, just eat the burger. But we had to go back, long ass line at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Wendy's, and like it's a long line, or Checkers. You gotta do the loop again because they're not gonna like. They're like, hey, you gotta go through the drive.
I wouldn't have patience for that job.
I wouldn't have patience for that girl to tell her get out of the car.
You don't got no luck with chicks too, bro. You gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because if the pickles, like every time they also come out with some other stuff, and I'm like, all right, just be quiet, act cool. You always gotta get the orders right.
If it's a dude, I feel like it's always an old white guy. They argue about the order.
Wait, what do you mean he has no luck with the girls?
You listen to my material. That's
he was at Red Bar. He was at Red Bar Monday, and like it kind of made me wonder too. Like I was like, oh shit, I felt for him, bro. And when a guy in a wheelchair is feeling for you, that means you got hard. Like, you did a good job, because everybody's supposed to feel bad for me. Like, yo, give me. I want to shine, but hey, I felt for you. I was like, damn. But when you said that, you said that. I never noticed when a girl was giving it up to me. Like, I didn't know the signs. I was like, dude, like how hard was that? Like, I felt for you, man, because
it'd be hard,
there's a lot of guys that don't know that, you know. I don't blame them, but you gotta pick up the signs. Some people just don't know when to strike. Like, an easy layup is an easy layup. Take advantage of it. That's like when we go right there.
I think we both had that issue. I remember I was at the movie theater one time, and this girl comes up to me, and she's like, hey, I have a free movie ticket. And I was like, oh, that's nice. She's like, yeah, I'm by myself. I was like, oh, well, sorry about that. And she just walked away like all angry. And then later I'm like,
how long ago was this?
I was like 20 or 21.
Oh, you too old to be fucking doing that. You're too old for that, yo. Holy fuck. Yo, 2021 though, I was doing my thing, yo.
Oh, that's when you're in your prime.
When I was getting, it's like after post 25, bro. It's like when it like slows down and shit, yeah.
I felt
like
the
you
same.
gotta have bread at that age. I'd just be broke as fuck, yo. I'm just like, yo, have no time for like, I can't afford a hoe, yo. I'm just unfair. I can only afford to be that, yo, financially. So I'm good.
I was talking about that, Alan, the movie theater. I remember I almost died one time.
What?
Like,
how do you die at a movie theater?
Check this out. I tried to impress this girl. She finally gave me the opportunity, bro. She was smoking hot Puerto Rican chick, and she's like, I want to watch a movie with you. Me, I was like about 19, 20 years old. I tried to be a cheap dude, you know? Oh. And I did the donate blood. So they're like, hey, would you want to donate blood for some tickets? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Let me do that so I can get free tickets to go in and watch a movie. Little did I know I gave plasma. Like, the plasma it took like 30 minutes, and like the girl's talking to me, and I'm like, oh, bro, this girl's gonna think I'm a hero, you know? They're taking out the plasma with free tickets, you know? She doesn't care if it's free. And I know they started just taking out more plasma. And I was still walking at the time, you know. I haven't been on this chair all the time, but I was walking, and they took out the plasma, and as soon as they finished, I was super weak. And they gave me like 2 famous Amos chocolate chip bags, and the old fruit juices with the barrels on it.
Yeah.
And they're like, here, thank you. And they're like, they gave me 2 comedy tickets to the Miami Improv, back when the Miami Improv was in Coconut Grove. But I'll be honest with you, Miami Improv. Every time I got those free tickets, I just threw them in the trash or I threw them in the street and let some other schmuck pick it up. Now you guys are fired, but yeah, that was the prize. Yeah, free tickets. They give you.
We would never say that. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. Damn, I'm never gonna be in the Improv now. They're gonna be like, yo, make sure the stage is like up to here. This motherfucker can't go and get there.
Pasta and Pita condemn that statement.
They're like, you're not messing my shit up. But yeah, I gave the plasma away, and then like I told her that, hey, I can't even watch this movie. I was super white. I was drawn. I was like, they just sucked all the life out of me. So she's like, oh, let's go to the house. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get better. Dude, the whole night I was dead, bro. I was dead. And this chick was like taking care of me, but not the way I wanted to be taken care of that night, bro. And I missed my opportunity.
Hey, when you get back up, yo, then, hey. But, yeah.
You didn't go out with her again after that?
I saw her a couple times in the bar, but it just didn't feel right anymore, man. Like I just felt like I had the opportunity, and after that I just went into the next one. A lot of fishes in my
try
hand.
again, bro.
Always
score 2 goals in the same game.
I like to score 3. That's a hat trick.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I mean, I was there's a story I always tell my girlfriend, and she laughs, but at the same time she thinks about it. There's a time before cell phones and all this good stuff, technology and social media, we had beepers. So we had beepers and also 2-way pagers. That's what I had back in the day. And when I was in high school, I was going out with 4 chicks at the same time. And it was like the best time of my life. It's like I got away with something, but it was so good. Like my brother was like, wow, you're my hero. And none of them knew each other because I had one from the block. I had one from my high school. I had 2 from the other rival high schools. And then it was from there, like nobody knew anything. They would always page me 143, 143, 143, but none of the girls found out. And I feel like a dog, but I just had to take that advantage. I had to take the opportunity.
Hell yeah.
Yo, you just had all the beepers just.
No, I had one, so every time I got a call, they couldn't call me and see what I was doing. They could only call me in the house. And that time when they call you in the house, it was always at 10 o'clock. And in Miami, you start talking to a girl at 10 o'clock, you're finishing at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Because you're just talking bullshit, bro. You're just there, like, rolling all over the fucking bed and tapping your wall.
Yeah, it's because you could go to sleep and leave the phone just sitting there when it's a chick from Miami. And just
Let her ramble.
Wake up in the morning and pick up the conversation.
And then the later it gets, like, all you see, like, you just hear the voice, it gets more sexier. They're like, yeah, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm just here, babe. Like, I'm gonna call Power 96 and I'm gonna dedicate a song to you.
Oh,
all right, baby. Yeah, back in the day, you used to dedicate songs to people on the radio.
But back then, like, if your mom picked up the same phone, right, she could hear what you're saying.
Oh yeah, I never shit.
Right?
Bro, picking up the phone, my mom would always hear. Like, I can hear her on the phone, and she would hear what me and my friends or the chicks were talking about. She's like, Papi. She's Boricua. She's like, Papi, vete a dormir. Está muy tarde. Cuelga el teléfono. Dile a tu amigo y tu amiga que ya. Vete a dormir. Dale. Bing. She'll hang up. And then I was there. I'll be hiding. And it was good times. But we used to do 3-way calling. And then also AOL. I used to steal those free 4-hour discs. Yeah. So I had a stack of them like this much. So I had like just one day and run a day, put another disc.
This was before fast access DSL.
It was AOL Messenger, and we had dial-up. And then I went with the top dog at the time, Net Zero.
It's crazy. You could be talking. You could be talking to your girl on the house line, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he'd be like, "Is the sex protected?" And then just be like, I remember, you never knew if someone was listening in on a conversation. Like, for real.
I mean, back then you can hear them picking up but like you said, Dano, anybody can snoop into your conversation. I honestly think all conversations are recorded. Like, if anything really happens, they know. Like, they know what's going on. Look about what happened with Amazon. I mean, not Amazon, Apple with the updates. Like I don't know. Like I can't trust these guys because I'm just looking at my
Android or
phone.
Apple?
I got Apple.
Same.
So like I see, like all I see is just spam about like things to buy myself for my chair and like sports things, anything that I like. It just sees advertisement, and I really feel as though like perfect example. We talking this podcast right now. What's something you want to talk about? Pasta
What
and
have we
pita.
been talking about? It's gonna pop up in my
Exactly.
phone
We talking
later.
about pasta and pita. We're gonna see some pita and some Mediterranean place, some Italian place.
I'm gonna get an ad for hummus out of nowhere.
Shoot, I mean, I love that. I love both foods, but I think like Lebanese food and Mediterranean it's also healthy. Peruvian is number one, but I love Arabic food is like the best. There's a place in Plantation I always go to. I can't even pronounce their name.
Which one? Anatur or Asana?
Anatur.
Anatur?
Oof.
Okay, now since you like this kind of food, actually this is a video that we might do because I know the owner. The best Mediterranean food in South Florida, La Vie.
La Vie.
You have to go try. It's in Pompano off Atlantic.
I'll take a jab at it. That's what I like to do. I like to eat like all type of foods and give everything a chance, you know?
Yeah. Would you say your accent was like more Puerto Rican or Cuban in Spanish?
Definitely Cuban. I mean, I was born in Puerto Rico. My real dad's Puerto Rican, so I'm 100%. My stepdad, I met him when I was about like 2 years old. When my mom moved from Puerto Rico, she went to Jersey and then she went to Opelika. And Opelika, Florida, Alapata, Opelika, and Wynwood were traditional Puerto Rican neighborhoods in Miami. So she moved there by the airport, and we were there, and she met my dad through my grandma. They worked in una factoria. Yep, they worked in a factoria right off 47th Avenue, about 27th. There's an arch, sort of like the St. Louis Arch.
Yeah.
And they did that for all the Cubans that moved. It was like a gateway to freedom. So a lot of these Puerto Ricans, Cubans, at the time there wasn't the other like Latins there. It was only Cubans and Puerto Ricans. Yeah. So they were the first people there, and they had that. And she met my grandma, and my abuela was like, "Hey, you should give my son a chance." And then my mom gave him a chance, and that's it. He's been my pops. I love him. He's my dad.
Oh, she worked with his mom.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And they met and they went out, and he's been my pops, That's my dad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I grew up with Cubans. Being in Miami, I grew up in the Cuban culture. So I was like 5 years old, and my Cuban grandma made me plates like this, bro, and I had to eat them, Because like you said, it was out of respect. I wanted to finish the plate, whatever they cooked, I ate. I never bragged. Like now, these kids these days, like, if they don't like something, they just give it the,
Yo, I've heard,
What, did you eat your food back in the day, or?
Fuck yeah, actually, let me put it this way, like, lunch wasn't a competition, it was an event, but, like, if it was, I won lunch. Like, I had by far the best, like, I look at what other kids ate, and I was like, I'm like, yo, what is this shit? Yeah, literally.
This is the pickiest guy for food. I took it one time to this Italian supermarket, because I was like, I found this cool place.
So is that Doris? Something
Doris? Doris. That's my shop.
Doris is nice,
mm-hmm.
but this like local place. So we go there, and I feel like people thought we were like a gay couple or something, because I'm pushing the shopping cart, and this guy grabs every bottle. He's like, "We're not buying it if it's not from the Modenese Mountain in South."
No. That's balsamic vinegar. It has to be from Modena.
That's what it was.
Well, I'm not. Come on. This is.
I gotta agree with that. No, it's like in my case, being Puerto Rican, bro, you can't give me no pasteles that you made here in the United States. It's not the same. No, you gotta have the authentic flavor to it.
It's like if I hear about taquitos made in Texas, I'm like, what is it? Horse meat? Like, no, I need them shits Mexican.
Tasado. I hate horse meat.
That made no sense because in Texas, bro, everyone's Mexican. I mean, like Texas? a Florida taquito.
There's a little bit of Puerto Ricans there in Houston, but yeah.
Houston is everything, but like.
You guys ever been to the West Coast before?
I feel like a Florida taquito would have horse meat.
You guys ever been to the West Coast? Any cities out there?
Like LA?
Like LA, Vegas,
I've been to LA
Seattle.
before.
Yeah.
You guys liked it?
Yeah.
I did Pacific Coast Highway. That was beautiful.
That's what I want to do. I want to do like a trip one time, start like in San Fran or the other way, LA, and just take the Pacific and just chill. Just get like one of those convertibles and just drive down, bro.
I'd never live in any of those spots, dude.
I can't either. Cause why? Because no offense, like they think that you're Mexican. Like everybody thought I was Mexican, and I was like, no, I'm Puerto Rican, and they're like, oh, okay, is that somewhere in Mexico?
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, they don't know.
That's off the what's it called? East Coast, Yucatan. Un Puerto Rico. It's a very.
It's
rich
un Puerto Rico, Puerto Vallarta, all that. So yeah, Puerto Rico. And that's the thing. Like I've been to Seattle, LA, Las Vegas, and everybody assumes that. And also lately, when I remember when your stand up, you have the bit about the airport. Like I've been, they actually, they had like 2 dogs, bro, just sniffing like the Heat games now. They just came and they sniffed me from head to toe because they were smelling like bomb residue. Right? And they put me in a little tight, like private room. So I know I felt exactly what you had to go through. And they're like, okay, come over here. And they start putting things there and they start tracing the chair. And they're like, okay, this guy doesn't have any bomb residue. And that's it, let him go. But I mean, I remember like twice. Every time I go to the West Coast, it's like that.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. It's a part of the game, At the end of the day, they're just trying to be safe.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like the West Coast is too like.
They're real
so
laid
many
back.
rules, in the West Coast, bro. That's the problem.
I don't like that 2 a.m. thing. Like they shut down at 2 a.m. I don't like being from here. Everybody goes out like around 11:30, 12 o'clock. And everybody's to the club till like 5 or 6. So when you go to LA, you're like, all right, let's party this and that. Out of nowhere, it's like 1:30. It starts turning on the light.
At midnight, you got 2 hours to find a hoe. Yeah, I'm playing.
You know what's the warning song? Closing time. That's like that's the warning song. Like you better. They turn on the light so you can actually see the talent that's
what
still
she
there.
really looked like. Yeah.
Oh god. I hate it when they turn the lights on and then you notice like the girl you were with is not that pretty. You're like, oh shit.
Well, if you put the time in, you better go through with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people waste a lot of time. You gotta know when to strike, Daniel. That's like when I was talking about earlier. You gotta know when to strike.
It's crazy if she's heavy though when the lights come on and you try to pretend it's like no. No, you knew it even when the lights were off, yo. You're just getting exposed,
How about when the boys are watching you, like going with the chick? They're like, hey, yo.
Like, all right, now we all see she's fat, yo.
Hey, Chris, that's you over there? yeah, man. Hey, I'll see you guys in soccer, bro. Get in the car right out. But they're like, I saw you, man. I saw you, but you didn't want that girl. You told me was number 4 on the list, so you had to go with the 4th string. And I was like, yo, 4th stringer still gets the job done. You know what I'm saying?
I remember one time I was at Fat Cats here in Fort Lauderdale, like this reggae bar, and this like really, really gorgeous girl, like light skinned girl, like nice hourglass. She was into my friend, and so she's talking to him, and she's with her friend, who's just like an ogre, and she starts grinding on me and stuff, and then she was like trying to make out with me. I was like, no, I'm sorry, like I'll dance with you, but I'm gay. So then she got pissed off because she was kind of drunk, so she turned around, she slapped the shit on my face. She's like, you're not fucking gay, you fucking asshole, you were grinding on me, I felt your dick. And I was like, oh shit. So then her and her friend got pissed off and they took off.
Out of like wingman, like what do you rate yourself from a 1 to 10? And Daniel, he's your boy. What do you rate? Be honest. What do you rate Alan as a wingman? 1 to 10.
He's never gotten me like pussy. Ever.
Never. He's never gave you like a little assist like John Stockton.
Did I ever tee you up though?
When?
I don't know. Like, I'm asking you.
He's like, I don't remember that happening at all.
Yo, yeah, I did.
When?
I'll be honest with you guys. Yeah, that was cool. But again, if Alan helped you out and gave you the layup, then that
he didn't give me the layup, yo.
That was a layup, man.
It wasn't a layup, bro.
All right, this is all deleted. Let's move on from this one.
You said what?
Nah, man.
Bro, I know Alex Hanna, man. He'll hook you up if you ever like.
Alex.
Who's Alex Hanna?
Call me.
Alan knows. Call me, Alex Hanna.
I love that. That's his thing. Is just call me.
I mean, Alex Hanna looked like the guy that he looks like the guy that used to work like in Palacio de Jugos.
Yeah.
That would chop up your chicharrones, and this dude went to college and he became a lawyer. He's the guy representing you.
Oh,
That's
Alex Hanna. Okay, yeah.
He's everywhere. Yeah, the accident guy.
Yeah.
Get in an accident, call me, Alex Hanna.
Is that who you called?
Fuck Alex Hanna.
Yo, his shit's right in on
everywhere.
Yo.
He's in Hialeah and Pembroke and Palm Beach. Like, I gotta give up to him, man.
Hiatus and Pines, yo. That's where his shit be, yo.
Call me, Alex Hanna.
I've seen that advertisement.
I remember, like, I was driving one time and I had the radio on, and this song came on, and like after like 5 minutes, I'm like, what am I listening to? It's like 1-800-411-PAIN, but they put like a beat to it and everything.
They're the number one top dogs now. 411 Pain. I don't even listen to Power 96 anymore.
It's crazy. Yo. I met the owner of 411 Pain once, bro.
You know what? He gave you like a coupon? Like
I worked out at his house. Like he's like this bodybuilding enthusiast dude.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Was that with one of the football guys?
No. That was like, yo, cause I used to go to counseling, yo, and like, yo, his dad was like, was a counselor. So
I remember like those clinics, they would be good for like 1-2 times. Like you get popped for a ticket or something, you can go to those like the clinics and pay $60 back in the day, and they will take care of it. They'll go to court for you. But then they started being like unreliable. I remember one time I paid a guy to go for me to do a ticket in North Miami Beach. Clinic? He never showed up.
Oh shit.
Bro, and then like I got like a ticket, like a letter that said, hey, you owe us about $585. You didn't show up to court. You know, you're gonna get punched in your license.
You just have horrible luck.
Yeah, I mean, I never honestly, Hialeah, bro. If you're a driver, like be careful, because that's like the number one place for tow truck drivers. Like I had my car towed like about 5, 6, 7 times in Hialeah easily. And every side, West Hialeah, East Hialeah, there's always one of them lurking, and they know, man. They even knew on my birthday they towed my ass.
Damn.
And he gave me a discount. He's like, hey, give me $50 and I drop it.
Yeah, they're sitting there waiting. They're like, this is...
Yo, towing's a racket. Yo, you ever been to Hollywood?
Yeah, I got a ticket in Hollywood.
Bro, in Hollywood, I remember in Young Circle, right? Right next to the pizzeria, there's that lot next to the parking building that has all the colors and shapes on it and shit. They have a tow sign, but like the shit's like bent. So like you can't read tow away. And I got my car towed in that lot.
How much was it? Like $250?
Yo, it was like, yeah, $250. Yo, that's it. And it's that place, All County. For the record, it's All County Tow It. They have a racket. They did it in Hollywood. Then they towed my car in my old crib in Miramar, the apartment I lived at before. Yo.
The same place?
Why I feel like
No. The townhouse, yo.
I seen Daniel before on TV in the South Beach towing. Like you're in the episode, they had to get like a foreigner on.
Bro, but I think my shit would get towed in fucking Miramar, bro. The fuck.
I used to watch that show. South Beach was another place, man. Like I used to park all the time. Whenever you find like a club or a party to go to, parking was really hard, and you always parked somewhere that was a towaway zone, and you just had to take that risk. So sometimes like you will always get the best of luck, and when you're coming back to your car, they took the car. You know? And then it's like there wasn't Uber back then, so that's it. The party ended there.
Yeah.
And that sucked. I had to pay like $350 one time.
Damn.
Like 3-4 in the morning. That's
Gotta
the worst
pay the
thing to
middleman, bro. Gotta pay the middleman. Now
it's a racket. Towing is a total racket. All county towing, they're pieces of shit.
Sometimes they don't even do that. They put their boot on it, and the guy's like, "Oh, give me $200. I'll take the boot off."
Yo, that shit happened to my homeboy in Vietnam. Boots. Yo, that in implantation, that shit happened to him.
Implantation?
Yo, not
Implantation.
My bad. In David, it was right outside of the place where.
Webby's?
No, fucking Vegas Cabaret.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know Vegas
Cabaret.
Vegas Cabaret.
You know when it's sunrise around there, like University. Yeah. I know that place. You know, back in the day, you had to be 25 years old to go inside that place, and you had to dress like accordingly. You had to dress with a button down. You couldn't go dress with like
button down. Yo, I went there in basketball shorts before.
But that's when it changed. Yeah, it changed. But it used to be like that. It was a real established club, elegant, and you had to be 25. Because I tried to go in there when I was like 22.
They're
It
about to
worked.
start doing comedy there.
Will you guys do comedy in the strip club?
Fuck yes. Fuck yes.
You didn't hesitate. You're like, hell yeah.
When you make her laugh, they just start queefing.
You throw ones, they queef back at you. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine an open mic in a strip club?
I don't know how.
I don't
There's
honestly.
no open mic, Avi. You can't have an open mic in a strip club. But you can
Nobody
have
would show up because nobody's got enough money to like spend money in a strip club to do an open mic.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy that just shows up and doesn't throw anything.
Because I mean, honestly, all the comics,
They
all
just
you will
slap
see
you.
them drink is just water. Like that's it.
That's true.
They don't sell even PBR out there, but it's rough, man, for like a comic. And that's one thing I found out when I started doing these open mics. I'm like, dude, like being a professional comedian doesn't really pay unless you hit it big, you know. And I saw him, and that's a hustle. I'm like, wow, you know, it's dedication, but I don't really see any money into it. Do I love it? Yeah, I love doing what I do, but I mean, I don't. It's hard. That's what I think.
You gotta have another job if you're gonna.
Yeah. You gotta have
grind
another
it out
job
for-
if you grind
I got a
Years.
full-time job. Yep.
Yeah, we all have full-time jobs. Like,
I work for the Evil Empire, but they good though.
who do you work for?
Comcast, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Comcast.
yeah. They treated me like royalty though. Like I've been there for like 4 years, and they actually were the first company that like they gave me a chance to work for them. So like I worked there, and then also like it was great being a salesman because that helps you with the comedy as well.
Yeah.
And that's when I never did comedy. So I'm like, hey, I'm already used to talking to strangers. I make them laugh on the phone calls, and that's when I said, you know what, let me try this open mic. And I remember I went to the Improv, and I saw like a comedy show. And when I saw that comedy show, I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. Maybe I want to do that. And that's when I went to Street Carolines. That was my first spot.
Nice.
Nice. Manny was running it?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
I mean, that's the thing about like Miami comedy scene that I love about it is that there's a lot of people that have events. I really don't think a lot of cities don't have those opportunities unless it's like a major city like New
During
York,
COVID,
LA.
Miami's been the spot, though.
Yeah, it's been a spot. You meet a lot of comics from outside. And what I honestly like is that in Miami, there's so many different acts and comics that it's like you just don't know what to expect. You guys, Alan stories and your stories, Dano, I'm like, everybody's different. And it's funny, bro. And you meet a lot of good people.
Yeah.
Different styles. Who's got like your favorite local jokes right now? Like,
Yo, let me check that out.
I mean, there's a lot of guys. I like a lot of people. I support everybody. There's a lot of funny guys.
like who kills you? Who just makes you die laughing all the time?
I mean, to me, honestly, and I told him, like Sebastian Rodriguez, like he's really good.
Oh,
He's
okay.
on this, the Supreme team.
He's
I'm
good.
sorry if I butchered the name, but he definitely. I saw him the first time he was at Churchill's, and I saw that he killed it, and I was like, wow, let me just ask him a couple questions, and he was super cool, cool guy. He told me everything. He told me that he started about 3 years ago, and he said that he likes what he does, and I said, you know what, damn, I'm gonna not be like him, but I want to have the same determination, and that's awesome, bro. When you grab the attention of the room and stuff, and his stories are super funny as well. He's got the Flanagan's bit is like my favorite one. A lot of also like Joe Bob. Like,
Joe Bob is committed.
Yeah,
No
man.
one is more committed, I feel like, than Joe Bob. Like, he made it.
Joe Bob should be like a CEO because he's committed. Like he just wants to. He stays with it, and that showed me in the comedy game. Like, hey, you have to be committed and be day in and day out. And he's definitely a funny guy as well. I mean, there's a lot of good local talent, and that's the thing that there's so many good
But the
talent.
thing I like is
I
that
forget
he
who's who.
doesn't do it for us, yo. He does it for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever watch, like, he don't give a fuck that we've heard his jokes. Like, yo, he's trying to make the audience laugh.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what, and I asked him about it. He's like, that's what comedy's for the people that showed up to watch your shit. It's not for the other It's not for your friends, and.
And then also it's like in the community with that, what I figured is that when you always talk to somebody, these guys been in like comedy for 10, 5, 15 years, 1 year, so it's like everybody's got different experiences.
Low key on the scene, my favorite Miami comic might be Jay McCord, though.
Jay McCord?
Because I've seen Jay McCord. Yo, I kid you not. I've seen Jay McCord go on stage, not tell a single joke. Just come up with the jokes on the spot. The whole set.
On the fly.
Yeah.
I think I was there.
In the main show, like
No,
10
I
minutes.
saw him the day that
And
I
it-
was there that night too, and somebody got like a bottle or like a
Yes,
service. They
yeah.
got a
Yes, that was it. Yo,
huge margarita like this big, man.
he
Like
starts off saying, "I have new jokes for y'all. Let me know how they are." And it says, "Y'all won't let me get to the jokes because there's like one thing that distracts it from getting to the joke." Like, I don't know if he really had new jokes or not, but it was like, yo, if he didn't, it's the best piece ever, like on the scene that I've seen.
the sparklers were like about like 3-minute sparkles because they didn't stop. Like it lit the whole room, so you can see everybody's face, and he's just there sitting and just. And he's like, bro, like this fucked up shit. You guys want to do that shit on my set right now? You know what I'm saying? You can wait. That I was there that night. Yeah, he's a super
So
humble
as
as
soon
well.
as the black guy gets on stage,
That's
you gotta
what-
do all these. Yeah.
I remember we did a Red Bar on Monday, and Jay was there talking to me, and everybody's there by the front door, and this girl just shows up, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta pee," and she's jumping and she's flailing her arms and stuff like that, and me and Jay look at her like, "Hey, go ahead, go inside and pee," She thought that he was the bouncer. So like he was like, "Oh, hold on." He caught up to it. He's like, "Let me see your ID," and the chick was gonna give him the ID. And he had sandals on, bro. He had, I think, John had sandals on the whole time. Yeah. I mean, that's truly, when you're from Miami, when you start getting comfortable in the local scene,
Yo,
you start
just-
bringing flip-flops. Your boy always, whoever brings flip-flops to a place, that means they're
Yo.
comfortable.
That bitch, bro. This is crazy.
That cracked us up, man. But yeah, definitely. How about you, Alan? Who's your favorite local talent here?
I think. Oh well, he said someone else already. I like this guy Jeff Dolezal. I don't know if
Oh,
you've
up
seen him
north,
before.
yeah, Jeff Dolezal is my favorite one.
I think he did a podcast with you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. Have you seen him do stand up?
Man, he actually made a joke about me last Monday.
Where?
I went to Kelly's or something,
Okay.
in
Oh,
Albany,
okay.
and it was a part of Sean Mullins.
Yeah.
And I went, and Sean put me down. He's like, "Hey, just show up, and I'll put you in the show." So I showed up to this place in Oakland Park, like in the heart of Oakland Park, and it was like, it's an old bar. You guys been there, right?
Yeah, Kelly.
It's an old bar, and they told me that the shows are in the second floor. Thank God that there weren't, because there's no elevator there. I would have to pop my dirty ass every step to get up there to tell a set. So like, bro, I better be funny that night if I'm gonna go up those steps. You know what I'm saying? But I went there and he saw me. As soon as I rolled in, I popped up. I started rolling. He just saw me and then he went up and then he said he made a joke about how uncomfortable it was for me to get through. He's like, "Hey, the guy in the wheelchair, look how uncomfortable it is to get him through. You guys got to do 88 or fix the house." And he made that joke. And then I was like, because that's the thing. A lot of people do make the jokes. They don't think, they assume that I don't do comedy, people that don't know me. So they're like, "Oh, he's just watching the show, so let me make jokes out of it." A lot of people's like, "Oh, look at this swole dude in the wheelchair." People talk about the beard and they don't know that I do the comedy, and then I go on the open mic. But I'm not one
You
of
gotta
those.
get Jeff Dolezal, be like, "Yo, you're balding and you're fucking not even 30.
He looks like the guy from Lovely Bones. Like, he's just the dude with the jacket looking slick,
Yeah, I feel like Jeff Dolezal might have the best written. He's the best writer.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
There's so much things in the comedy
I
game
understand.
that I honestly think you got to be good at everything. You can be great at certain things, but you got to know, like, crowd work, writing as well.
Yeah.
Bringing up new material. Honestly, to me, the most important thing is being humble and just respecting everybody's craft, bro. Because honestly, I think is if we stay doing the comedy 5-10 years from now, it's like the same people who did the open mics are gonna be headlining, and they are gonna be good, bro. Because the local talent here is
Like,
good.
yo, you never know. You might need each other at some point.
You always need. You never want to
Never
burn
burn
bridges. It's
bridges.
like almost like the music scene. The rap game, also music. The more people you know, the more people will fuck with you. And then you're on features. And next thing you know, you got your own stuff, and you got the city. As long as you're part of that club.
You have to be funny, and like, there's nothing that gets around that. You have to be funny.
Phew.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
I kind of use the advantage of being in the chair because I get some laughs because they're like, "Yeah, look at this guy doing it."
Yeah.
But I remember what was it? Black Flamingo. That's another thing about stand up. being a competitor playing soccer.
Yeah.
What I like about the comic standpoint is that you're a visitor and you go to all these places and they're the home team.
Yeah.
And you gotta show up, bro, and you gotta fight and you gotta get the W. You gotta get the respect and the love from the crowd and from that bar. And every time I did an open mic, I felt that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to this new place. Damn, what's gonna be the vibe? And you guys know every room is different.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Red Bar is the easiest of the easy, I feel like, though. Red Bar, everyone laughs at everything.
I like Red
It's
Bar.
my favorite place to go. My favorite, hands down.
What's your favorite place to go?
Honestly, I don't want to be a homer, but I love Gypsy Moon.
Gypsy Moon.
Gypsy Moon,
I
yeah.
fuck with Gypsy Moon.
Gypsy Moon, like honestly,
It's right by the crib, yo.
It's right by the crib. It's a nice bar. The owners, man, they're amazing. They're real good people. And you got Mr. Hat there.
Yeah, they
But
sell blunts.
Yeah, well, CBDs, I don't even consider those blunts. Like, they have this.
No, they sell the papers. They sell grab it, though. I always pick it.
Oh, the grabbers? But that place, I love it because it's a nice bar, and also the stage. It's something about the stage that I like. And also, you got a bunch of young kids there.
I like the
So you gotta
vibe,
be,
yo.
yeah, you gotta be like new material. And me being a little bit older, I gotta be like, hey, how could I relate to these young guys? Make them laugh, and the fans that are there.
What day is that one?
But now it's on Tuesdays. They used to do it on
Tuesdays?
Wednesdays, but now it's on Tuesdays.
Damn, yeah, I like Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, I mean, Shady's doing the room out there, bro. Shout out to Shady for sure. And that's another thing, I met Shady. He does the room in Gypsy Moon. Joe Bob's got his thing on Sundays. Everybody's got their own spot, and as long as you like you said, be funny, be on time, and respect the craft, you start getting more and more opportunities, and that's what I noticed.
Yeah. Was there anything else you wanted to share with us? Any stories?
Yeah, we've been here for a minute.
I don't know.
How many
I
minutes
want to
we
get back to eating the fucking
Jalea.
Jalea.
We're over an hour.
Oh damn! I want to get back to eating the jalea.
Well, I mean, let's wrap it up. I'm just gonna peace out, and we'll check out. I got something for you, Daniel.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, brother, I got something for you, man. I'll be honest with you. It's not a team from Italy, but still, bro, it's one of the greatest players.
Oh
in Italy,
man,
bro.
yo.
Remember we were talking about him the other day? There you go.
Buffon bobblehead, yo. Yo.
Show
Bro, I
the camera.
love
Show
you
the
for
camera.
this, bro.
Tell them, because a lot of people don't know who Buffon is.
Gigi
Soccer
Buffon
fans.
is the best keeper of all time. He's Italian. He won the 2006 World Cup. He won many Serie A championships with Juventus.
Dude's a legend.
Legend, and this is his bobblehead. Yo, I love this shit, bro. You ain't have to do this, bro.
Bro, I mean, that's for the podcast, bro. And then I got you this, bro. I got you this
Oh,
little
what?
Mexican Wolverine. There you go, for the keychain.
Bro.
You don't know this, but I love luchadores.
Yeah, man. So I got you the Wolverine. I didn't know if you like Wolverine, but I was like, you know what? Let me get him the badass. They had Deadpool, Venom. I was like, let me get him the Wolverine.
Yo,
It's
you
pretty
know
dope.
where these are going, right? They're going on the
keychain.
bookshelf.
Well, Buffon bookshelves, that little guy I won't be able to see. And then also, before I ride out, I'm definitely gonna leave my mark here. I got my own custom sign here.
Oh, you got us a handicap sign, back.
Yeah,
yo.
bro. So use this wisely. I mean, I want you guys to use this. Whenever you need to park, like
We might have to cut this out because we don't want to get in trouble
For what?
for using a fake handicap sign.
nah, it's a sticker. It's not the handicap placard.
Work in the car.
Yeah.
Yo, Wolverine's going right here.
Sure.
And that's a sticker right there. But what I said, I put in notice. It said, please respect, right? But the thing was that they said made in the USA. They spelled respect REPECT.
Where was that?
So it looked like they made it in Hialeah. So I just put a little sticker over there.
Respect.
So I go with the new model. Fuck depression.
Respect.
I press on, bro. Chris Valle. And that's one thing I want to leave on, just like you guys, you guys are super positive. I see you all the time in the comedy scene. Keep it up,
Yo, your
like,
vibe, you just be making you just make me feel good, and we're not even good people. Yeah.
I go with that as you gotta pay it forward. You know, it was an honor to be invited, and you guys had so many cool guests. And I heard the podcast. I mean, also, you know, two guys are funny as shit. Raul and also Serge, man. Like, when you guys drop that, I'm gonna listen to it because I know those guys are funny as shit too.
I think we have to redo it because
Raul got cut out.
Raul was like too out of the frame.
He got cut out.
Like you hear him talking the whole time, but he's not in the camera. But you know they're doing their own thing. Holy shit!
Yep.
Yeah. So, you guys could do it. Like they have all these Cuban things they say, and we're like, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you guys gotta know a little bit of Cuban slang and stuff like that.
A little bit, but yeah, they were like doing it deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely gonna be cool. And then also, like, what I like is you guys stay with the podcast. I think I'm number 8, maybe.
It'll be like 8 probably. Or 7,
and you guys had podcasts with your pops and your family members.
Oh yeah, that one.
And this chick, the one that he struck out in, and Jeff Dozel.
Yeah. And then we had our vegan friend Kat. She was like the first one to help us out.
Man, I gotta see what's up with that vegan stuff, man, because I gotta eat better. You know
I've
what
been
I'm saying?
doing it, yo, low key, except for fish. Yeah, I'm telling you, yo, I've been eating like mostly plant, except I had roast beef at my mom's house. I had chicken.
Bro, don't trust roast beef, man.
Well, no, the Def Dog wasn't before.
I don't trust roast beef because there's sometimes like I have this real bad image in Subway. Every time you go to Subway, look at the roast beef.
Well, I'm getting it from my mom's
It's like kind of green. It has like shiny like gas. You know when gas mixed with water, that little rainbow.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like, that roast beef ain't looking
that's
good,
a nuclear
bro.
roast beef right there.
Subway chopped up pig meat.
You don't smoke, right?
I do, but I keep it low key.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll turn this off and then we'll do something low key.
All right,
guys. This is Pasta Pita.
Chris.
Siempre pa'lante. And also last.
Siempre pa'lante. Yeah.
Siempre pa'lante.
Siempre pa'lante.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, do you know how to say in Arabic siempre pa'lante? There's gotta be a slang word for.
Allahu Akbar said it.
Or something.
there is a way to say it, I just don't know.
Alright, guys, it's been a pleasure, bro. We out.